Well, anyway, Omar Khayyam, I read when I was in school, in high school, and I really respected him for the depth of his feelings about the earth and his life in it. And one of those quatrains that he wrote was number 72 in this little book, but it says, "And that inverted bowl they call the sky, where under crawling, cooped we live and die, lift not your hands to it for help, for it as impotently moves as you or I." Now, Omar Khayyam, of course, was a drunk, but he was a drunk that was a type of, almost a religious type of drunk, because he was so pained by his condition. But I always thought of that because he was really missing out on the on advanced religions of his day. He was a Muslim, and of course, and by crawling cooped we live and die. He understood innately the automaticity of this existence, that there are forces operating which we have no control over. And that's true. That's the unqualified absolute, which is the sum of all possible activities in all creation that exists within God. And so he really appreciated that in a sort of a cavalier sort of way, I suppose, but nevertheless, I was always impressed by that. But that is our problem. The unqualified absolute has no morality at all. It's just pure and simple, automatic. Or in science today, as we see all of these things about the cosmos, we see them in terms of probabilities. That the only way we can understand them and find them to be accurate is through probabilities. That the chances are the force of gravity, that is, the probabilities that the force of gravity is accurate or reasonably accurate, is great. But we don't know it exactly. We cannot pin it down how it works. It has none of the I am in it, and so that it has no qualities in it at all. And so this world was created out of these possibilities, and God had the task of being able to create in it only to the extent that it fitted the I am, that it fit the I am in its meaning and value. But it has no meaning and value. And the only way for it to have meaning and value is for God to put some creature in it and subject to it that did function with meaning and value, within His Spirit, that is. And so we human beings are really destined and made to and expected to, and will certainly do in the end. We will be able to function with God's Spirit of meaning and value within us as we create. Now you say, well, why can God do that? God cannot do it because of the strict limitations of the I am. He cannot experience it. He cannot have our experiences unless He has them with us. And so we are created as beings who He can teach to be exactly like He is in the I am. That's our destiny as sons of God. Our destiny is to go through a long, long educational process long after Earth's death. We're beginning that education now. We're just beginning. We're just beginning to understand a little more deeply that we are intended to go through some troubled times. That is, of learning to live within the I am. But the revelators promise us that, and Jesus said it himself, if you follow what I teach, your burden will be light, I think is the way he put it. That is, your burden of difficulty will be light. So why are we having such a difficult time? The real reason is that we do not understand the functioning and the way to live within the I am, God's Spirit, so that the meanings and values of what we do are contrary to what they should be. And so we suffer more greatly, or greater than the experiences merit. We struggle with that because we do not have a good, clear picture of what's expected of us through the I am. And it's not certain activities, certain actions. I mean, if we go out and there's a beggar in the street corner and we toss some coins at him or say something nice to him, not a bad thing, but is not the full understanding of the I am that pushes that. The beggar may be a con man. And there's places in the book when Jesus was going down the Italian peninsula to Rome, and he was with Gonad and Ganad, the English traveler, the Indian travelers, and that he met in the camel caravan and the caravans.